have created fire.
Donna, if by chance Billy doesn't make it basketball, so it'll be good. Yeah, okay.
Good morning, everybody. Morning, everybody. It's my Don Imus imitation. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Utica Curling Club. I'm David Cragnolan. I am in the booth this morning, and we may have other guests that are going to join in on our broadcast today. This being the first GNCC Mixed Doubles Championship from the Utica Curling Club, and we will be broadcasting the final game, our championship game, which will be between Utica 7, and that's Conrad and Nyoka Law, versus Broomstones, represented by Nicole Aaron and Alex Lecter. So we're getting ready for our ceremonial lineup, and players and teams will be heading out onto the ice shortly, and hope you sit back and enjoy the game with us. We have a piper, and we also have a trumpeter. So this is going to be a very inspirational start to our first flight of the GNCC Mixed Doubles. We do have a chat room that goes along with our YouTube website, so if there's something that you'd like to add or join in the chat room, feel free to do so. Let us know about quality of feed and certainly quality of the audio, and we're always looking for feedback on this. We like to think that we have it dialed in, and sometimes we do, and sometimes Mother Nature has other ideas for us, so feel free to join in and be part of this today. This has been a 4-day tournament. There's been 3 different flights, and again, we have our gold medal game, which will be on sheet 3. Our bronze medal game will be on sheet 5. That's between Utica 5, Audrey Foote, and Blake Hagberg. They will be opposed by Triangle Curling Club's Kathy Jackson and Murray Jackson. The B flight winner and finalist will be on sheet 4, and that's Utica 2. That's MJ Walsh and Roger Rowlett. Against Utica 1, Michelle McEnroe and Howie Feldman. And the C flight, which will take place on sheet 2, is Cape Cod 2. That's Anna Sanzali and Nicholas Sanzali versus Albany Curling Club's Amy Wagner and Darius Romero. And we may have live look-ins on the other sheets. We may not, depending on time constraints. But we'll certainly keep you abreast of the scores on the other sheets as well. Players are lining up now, getting ready to go out on the ice. I'm going to sit there. Matt's actually going to sit there.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Or Billy Morehouse, depending on... Billy Morehouse is supposed to be here, but he's not here as of yet. Bye, Dan. Players are heading out onto the ice for our ceremonial shot. Customary haps in curling is to line up like this and be offered the ice to play. Four of our 8 finalists out there today are being represented by Utica. Utica 1 and 2, Utica 5, and Utica 7 actually playing in the championship game. Hats off to those folks. Wonderful job done by our piper. And now resident curler Mike DeMeo with the national anthem on his lovely trumpet. Again, another fabulous job done there by Mike DeMeo, our resident trumpeter. And now the ceremonial shot of Drambuie. Doesn't have to be Drambuie. Some folks choose apple juice. Most of us choose Drambuie. One shot just to get the blood flowing out there. Kind of a tradition in curling. I'm not sure where the Drambuie actually came from. I'm sure there's some history behind that. Maybe a long time ago it was a shot of scotch, but Drambuie seems to be the drink of choice. And one for the trumpeter. He's actually having apple juice. Sorry, the piper. Don Nicolao, chair of the Spiel, just offered the ice to the players, and we're just about ready to start here this afternoon. Thank you. So again, our gold medal game, which is going to be between Utica 7, husband and wife tandem of Conrad Law and Nyoka Law, against Broomstones, and that's Nicole Aaron and Alec Lecter. Hope you sit back and enjoy the game today. It's an exciting weekend for us. You know, we're hosting this GNCC Mixed Doubles Championship this is the very first running of this particular event, and much like our curling club, like all the other events that happen here, things went off without a hitch. Kudos to all those involved. Certainly the ice keepers that give us fabulous ice that we play on. Great kitchen staff that we have here, and bar staff. Try to make things as warm and hospitable for the out-of-town folks that are in here to play for this weekend. Haven't heard too many over the years that I've been a member of the Utica Curling Club. I haven't heard too many downers about bonspiels that happened at our club. So that's kudos to all those involved. Check 1, 2. Hello, hello, hello. I'm being joined in the broadcast booth this morning by Matt Hames, longtime curler of our club. And Matt has actually, I have not played in this format before. I've not played mixed doubles. Matt has, so I'll look forward to his expertise today. And Matt has certainly played the game at a rather high level, so it'll be enjoyable to have him. I played with him a couple years ago, and I learned a lot from him. So it should be fun to have you in the booth, Matt.
Thanks for having me. It's awesome. I was just saying to Alex last time I saw him, we were giving him a ride to the airport on the 401 about 10 years ago.
Wow.
We were curling in Ottawa.
Excellent.
He played lead for us in an event, Ottawa Skins game, I think it was.
Oh, wow. Former member of our club, Jared Whittish, and he played as children together, if I'm not mistaken. They played juniors, I believe, and Alex, a young man, has been playing for 20-plus years, as I understand.
Yeah, when I saw him a couple of days ago, I was like, oh my God, he looks old. Clearly, that makes me old.
And we will update the scores from time to time here on the other sheets, but we're just about ready to get underway. It looks like lead rocks will go to Broomstones and Nicole Aaron.
So yeah, the setup is the team with the hammer is sitting in the back forefoot. So the shot that she's trying to do is get in front of it, keep it open. A great shot here is bite the top four. You don't have to be shot. Bite the top four and not be buried, because it can't be removed. You can't actually remove a rock until the fourth shot.
And right to order.
So that's a pretty good shot because it can be tapped. It forces the in-turn. A little bit higher would have been better, but it's not a bad.
Oh, he is. I'm going to have to get Roger up here. Okay.
And we're back.
A little glitch in our.
Oh, we just streaming the wrong sheet, but we're good.
So what I've seen of this particular mixed doubles is that find and draw weight early is a pretty good thing to have.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not bad. A lot of it is setting the rocks up for later.
Got something that you can tap up.
Yeah. So
Okay.
again, the rock that's in the rings right now, back forefoot, is not a winning rock, and it is not critical for Alex to be shot yet, for Broomstones to be shot yet. What's critical is
Why not?
There's still a couple of shots left, right? The back forefoot rock is not a dangerous rock. So what they're trying to do here is if they can come top forefoot, if you get shot, great. But if you can come top forefoot,
Like right in there?
shot, yeah,
Right in there?
like right in there. If you're second shot, then Utica has to guard one of the sides,
Okay, even with hammer.
even with hammer, because
Right.
what are they going to play?
Good point. Okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
if you can get this rock in, what he wants is this rock to be fully in the top four. It's not critical that it's shot. If the line is really good, then getting it shot is good. But just getting it there, right? So now, even if it's not shot, and I don't think it's shot, it doesn't matter because they got to throw a guard.
Now I watched a little bit on the NBC Sports Network, like the USA and China. Why wouldn't you bust the front end open here?
Well, he doesn't have hammer, so
He does have hammer. Conrad and Nyoka do
Conrad
have
has hammer. Yeah.
Would it be an option to bust
would-
the front end
Yeah, busting
open?
the front end would be good because now what you're doing is you're throwing a guard on your single shot.
Right.
Like you're guarding your one
Right.
on, and they still have 3 rocks to play.
Gotcha.
If you find yourself guarding your one with 3 rocks to play, it's not going well for you.
Right.
So he's actually, with this ice, what he's actually trying to do is come down on top of it.
Yep.
So he's trying to kind of corner freeze on the outside, setting up a shot on his next one. To
Gotcha.
Get rid of it.
And then that would almost force Broomstones to cover it up.
Well, they can either cover it. Well, it looks like he's got lots of weight, so maybe he was actually
Trying
trying
to chip
get
it
rid
out?
Of it. Yeah,
Might have a good looking rock here.
it's
It's not coming over. I don't. It's
certainly
close.
trying, but
It's
I don't
close.
think it's gonna.
No, just gonna skid by. Almost right weight to do it.
So now this again, at this point, this is when it's important to have patience in this game. So if he can come in and sit and tap this an inch, like basically throw the same shot, what you start to do, he's looking at throwing a guard. So your 2 options here are guard it. So then you force an out-turn double, which has a lot of risk.
It's tough.
Right?
Yeah.
Or
for sure.
the other shot, you can also play the other shot, which is throw the exact same shot and tap it 2 inches and B shot, and then that would absolutely force the outturn. That would force the outturn double on the top blue.
I see where things can get sticky pretty quickly in this kind of a game.
Yeah.
Like any curling
You're
game, a
always
few
gonna
misses.
You're
you
going to
know.
have a lot of rocks in play all the time.
Sure.
The question is, do you want to be aggressive on the shot or do you want to be defensive? So defensive is throw a guard.
Sure.
Aggressive is try to tap it just a hair. You know, there are risks with tapping it a hair because if you bounce off a little bit, you open up the forefoot.
Sure.
But if you can throw the exact same shot and with 5 inches more weight,
Yep.
which is basically the exact same shot.
And when we practice, one of the things that I did learn from you when I was curling with you to try and practice and throw the same shot twice.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
the secret to this game, and there's a lot of, but the secret to this game is if you can throw 2 shots at the same time all the time, you're going to win more.
Agreed.
So he was playing the guard,
And he got it.
and he got the guard.
Yep.
He got it. What was key to the guard is it's wide open.
There's
so
a look at our
both
house down there.
sides
Yeah.
And what you can see the house, but what you can't see is that both sides are absolutely covered.
Guarded, yeah.
And they're wide open, so he can tap them back.
Yeah.
So both of those two rocks are offensive shots
That one.
for broomstones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one. Okay.
Thank you.
There you go.
So Conrad's playing T-line draw here. The goal is to just throw it right to the T-line.
Tough on virgin ice too out there.
Yeah,
it's
a guess. It's
Yeah.
across the board. You know, you're
looks a
kinda
little
guessing.
toasty.
You throw it out there and hope it comes back. It's not. It was always going to be a guess.
Yeah, pretty much threw that one to the hack. Not exactly what he had in mind, I'm sure. Give him a chance to know the weight better on his next one, certainly.
So a big question here for broomstones is, if you don't throw, they got a pretty tough draw for two.
That's absolutely right.
Right?
Yep.
So then what you could do is you can get aggressive and try tap, but if you open it up, then you actually give them an easier shot for two.
Good point.
So sometimes when you're playing curling, you say, if I don't throw, what do they have? And right now they have nothing. So if I was them, I would actually just play the shot Conrad tried.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to get it in there for shot with a wide out turn, but they're actually playing the tap.
Gotcha. And this would be the last rock of theirs in this end.
It's their last rock. So,
yeah.
Oh no, they're not playing the tap. They're playing the come around.
Yeah. Would like to be 1-2 here behind that blue guard. It's kind of the same weight for, but if it over curls.
One of the things that Alex just said is they're actually throwing the guard.
Mm-hmm.
So what Alex said Alex just showed that you can play this guard two ways. You can play the wide out turn guard, or you can play the in turn guard. And they're going to play the in turn guard. So they're going to take edge of the button and throw the in turn guard and block that path. So they're basically conceding one. And nope, they're playing the wide out turn guard.
Yep.
So the wide out turn guard is also a guard, or maybe throw it into the forefoot.
Got way out here. I don't know if this is going to come back, but got a little outside here.
It's still a guess.
Yeah, again. Weight's pretty good. No, a little toasty.
Yeah, it's not bad. So it's a
tough draw here.
Tough draw for two,
yeah.
but it's not. Now that three rocks have gone down the path, it's less a guess now.
However, I think it's quite. I'm not sure who is shot rock, to be honest with you. This angle's kind of tough. You can look at the other.
I'm pretty sure that.
Whoops.
So that yellow rock is set up to bite the back four. So it is fully in the back four.
Oh,
it's
whoops.
fully in the back four.
Damn.
So I think yellow shot.
Nope.
Try
That
again.
didn't work.
It's the wrong one. The top one.
Yeah.
Nope. I just go back. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So here's the draw. It looks way out there, and it looks a little heavy.
And it is.
It looks like one yellow.
Yep.
They might throw a stick on it, but I think it's one yellow.
Yeah, they're kicking them away. So Team Law, after one end, got their one.
We think. We're not 100% sure yet.
No, we are not. We're going to wait till they hang it.
Let me say I'm 95% sure that it was one yellow, based on the way that they were playing it. And it looks like it was one yellow. So the hammer, whoever has hammer is always the one who starts in the rings. So we can, nope.
Right.
So it was not one yellow, it was one blue.
One blue.
So there you go.
Figure out how to get this firehouse hooked up here.
Maybe it's the... Just try switching the top one, see what happens. Nothing yet, keep going. Nope. Well, the middle one changes the other one.
Right. It's got to be this one then.
Nope.
Nope. We've still
Yeah,
got.
we're not going to have an overhead, that's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. That's right.
That's still not our sheet.
Yes, it
because-
is.
Oh, it's the other
yeah,
end.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Okay. All right, so Utica here, a great shot here is, again, it doesn't have to bury. In fact, what you don't want to bury if possible. A great shot would have been if the rock stopped right there. And it's not going to stop right there. It's a decent shot, but they're still behind the tee line. So again, what you're trying to do here in this game is, as much as possible, put it in the top 8.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you guys used to watch curling on CBC back when Linda Moore was a commentator. She always used to say, all you have to do is control the control zone. And she would always draw like a little thing around the top 8 foot and
Gotcha.
say, if you can control this, you can win at curling. That is exactly what you want in mixed doubles.
Makes sense.
You want your rocks top 8. So last end, Brimstones had total control of that top 8, and there was basically no shot for Utica. So now the problem with coming deep is if Brimstones can just stick this on top, then they're defending the entire end.
Looks like about the same weight.
It looks a little heavy. It's going to bounce off the outside.
Just going to chip it over and lock it right on.
Yeah.
Unfortunate there.
So again, Conrad here, if Conrad, now you can hit. So that's the key. Like one shot ago, the shot was to put it open top 8 because it can't be removed.
Right,
Now
like
it
what
can
you
be
were just
removed.
explaining. Yep.
Now the rock can be removed. So the goal is to put it top 4 buried. Show them the corner of the outside, but put it top 4 buried.
Kind of like right about here.
Yeah. What you don't want to do is put this top 12 buried, because
They can come around then.
they can come around.
Sure.
Finishes so much.
Yeah. Never ceases to amaze me in a curling game how one shot in an end changes the whole complexion of the end.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Brimstones, Utica just got a good miss out of Brimstones, so they're in control of this end, but they've got to execute this shot. So if this shot is heavy and wide, it switches momentum back to Brimstones.
Sure. He's coming right to the pile
if
here.
he's
It
coming
looks
right
like.
to the pile, it actually, and bounces off a little bit, just makes a little bit bigger of a wall.
Yeah.
It puts less pressure on this shot. So by missing like that, what it also does is it allows Brimstones to think it's okay to be heavy here,
Sure.
because it's not a cold draw to the forefoot anymore. If you put it up on top 12, it's a cold draw to the forefoot. But here, because this is open, he can throw backline weight tap it back a bit and roll over and still make the shot.
Sure.
So it makes the way to miss the shot. It gives more options on the way to miss the shot.
Alec Lecter.
Way looks pretty good.
Line's
Still
good
a
too.
little bit out there. So based on the fact that it's a bit out there, it's a little heavy. Yeah.
He's working it.
He's trying to push it over.
Yeah.
If he just dead freezes, it's still perfect.
Nice throw.
Decent shot.
Very
He's
nice.
on the high side. So.
Yep. After Conrad, do you come to freeze right on it now?
You know,
Hold him to 1.
It would be, yeah. It's a big moment right here. Well, Conrad has hammer, so Utica has hammer.
Mm-hmm.
So to score,
Got to jiggle these around a
you
little
got to
bit.
get rid of a couple
Yeah,
of those
sure.
yellow rocks that
Yeah.
are behind it,
Yeah.
because it's 2 shots to get rid of that blue rock now.
Sure.
Freezing to it doesn't really accomplish your goal.
Right.
So what Conrad needs here is the backline way to just the
Move
key
them all around.
to is move the back yellow enough that you then have room to move the
Sure.
red one or the blue one 1 shot later.
Sometimes I find calling these curling games much more fun than actually playing in them.
Oh yeah, you never miss a shot up here, man. I've never missed from back here.
I have.
You missed a shot from
I
behind.
most certainly have
that
missed a
takes some
few.
talent.
So he's got that weight you were looking for
Yeah,
here.
yeah. He's
He's going to move some rocks around. Yep. A little wide,
Doesn't
however.
want to bounce off.
Yeah. Looks like a pretty good
Bounce
shot.
enough kind of jiggles it the wrong way.
Yep.
So
Did
now-
create some separation there, though.
He did, but Alex is just going to freeze right on top of it.
Yep.
So he comes down. He's tapping his room right there. He puts
There's
it right on
nowhere
top of
for
it,
that
and it's-
that blue rock to go
well,
after that.
The back blue rock might go. The key is the
Top
top
one.
blue one doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
So that's what he's caring about now. He's caring about the top blue one. And if he can put his top blue one just a little bit on the outside,
Nowhere for Conrad to go.
Well, the rock that Conrad just threw becomes a catcher for it.
Right.
So picture the blue rock half on that top blue rock. It's interesting. I think he might be hitting this outside one, which,
A little hit and roll.
yeah. You know, the thing about
Could be a
this
plan
curling-
B if you leave it out a little
Well,
too.
the thing about this curling game is, in my opinion, it's easier to draw a rock to a space than to hit and roll a rock to a space.
So agree.
So
I didn't think that at one time, but I think now after playing long enough, absolutely I'm in accordance with that.
you can miss a draw by a bit and still make it. You can't miss a hit and roll by anything.
That's so true.
But this is a confident curling shot.
Yep.
He is way on the outside. He's racing up to push it a bit. It needs to curl, and it's not going to. It's not what he was hoping for, but the good news is he made a better pocket.
Yep.
So that's absolutely not removable.
Now if Conrad can get to the nose of this and just squeeze it between those 2 yellow ones, would probably be a good option for him.
Pretty sure he can squeeze it between those 2 yellows.
Yeah.
What he can do, though,
Move
is
it
he can
back
just
a little
move it
bit, you know,
back so
right.
that he can do it on the next one.
Yeah.
But, you know, what's the good news is if he can hit it on the nose, he'll be shot.
Right.
He will not be able to get rid of, because they're going to throw a guard,
Yep.
and then he's going to have a wide out turn for 2. So
Just the placement of that yellow rock that's to the left over there, even if you hit that blue rock with some force, it still doesn't go anywhere, right?
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So at the end of this, if he can hit this on the nose, he'll be laying 1. They'll throw a guard, and that'll leave a wide out turn draw for 2.
Correct. Tough though.
Yeah.
Not a lot of not a lot of that American flag to throw to.
Not a tremendous amount, but
It's there.
it hooks in so hard here. If you can bite the corner of the button, you're good. Oh, he's a little bit outside on this.
I don't know. I think this will come up hard if he's got the right weight.
He's
Gotta
got to
go
go
for
for
weight.
weight. Yep.
Gotta
He's
go.
got to go.
Gotta go.
He's still got to go.
Gotta go.
Yep. He's just
No,
got
it's
to really
kind of gliding. You know, this is a good shot.
Yeah, he just
This
gotta
is a
get to it.
beauty. I don't know if he wound up shot out of it. I don't think so.
I'm not sure that he ended up shot either.
Near house
is
full.
really-
Let's see if we can
It really
take a look at this,
absolutely-
Matt.
No, I'm pretty sure
There
he's
we
not
go.
shot.
Yeah, it looks like a blue rock to me. That's a look at our near house here on the screen.
So far too often, so Brimstones is throwing a guard here. And so they just want to rock right beside that top one. And far too often people play the curling turn into it. Instead of like you could take edge of the forefoot, throw an out turn, and make the shot.
Out turn mean come this way.
Yeah. And
Okay.
the problem with throwing the in turn is that oftentimes it does its finishing at the end. So if it goes a little bit too far, it over curls. Whereas you could basically put this guard 4 feet to the or 2 feet to the left of the center line, just over the hog line, and you make the shot.
Gotcha.
Whereas
a line shot in a sense.
yeah, like playing it this way, you got to go way out, which means that it's going to finish pretty hard.
Good looking
Now
shot
the good
here
news
from
is
Nicole.
the good news is
She just described. She threw the shot you just
Yeah.
described.
the good news is even if she missed the guard, they were only going to play a tap for 2.
Correct.
But now she made the guard perfectly. So now they're going to try this wide. They might try this wide out turn draw for 2 that I thought.
Is there any possible way you can run that blue rock she just threw out of the yellow one and scoot that blue one through those two? Is it possible to get through there?
Doesn't go through there. There's no hole.
No way?
No.
Because if it did, it's going to leave this yellow one on the right second
Yeah,
rock.
it's going to dead jam. But there's sadly there's no.
He's going to
hole.
try it.
Well, it's for 1. So they're gonna whack this in for 1. Which again, in a perfect world, Brimstones throws that guard 20 feet higher.
It's not there.
It makes the run back tougher.
For sure. Seen a few of those in our Mitchell tournament
but
that
you
are
know
like,
what?
oh my god.
Yeah.
And on TV, where they run them back
They just
15 feet.
Yeah, like so. The way to think about this shot, right, is if you think about this shot as a nose hit, all you gotta do is nose hit it.
Correct.
Nose hit in the top 8 foot is an easy shot, right?
Yeah.
So a nose hit on this guard is an easy shot. The hard shot is when you say that what you're going to do. What makes it hard is the story you give the shot.
Right weight, right line,
No,
right throw.
You have to throw the right weight and the right line for a nose hit on the 8 foot.
Right.
Which is an easy shot. What makes this a hard shot is the fact that you're trying to raise it onto rocks, but it's just a nose hit.
Yeah.
So she overthought it, threw it wide and heavy, and gassed everything.
Yeah.
So it's a steal 1 for Brimstones.
Yep. Quick update on our other sheets. We have on sheet 2 in our sea flight game between Cape Cod 2 and Albany. Albany is ahead 2-0 after 2 ends. They are playing the 3rd end now.
We got Utica 1 versus Utica 2 on sheet 4, and it's tied up 2-2. It's
Excellent.
going to be a barn burner, that one.
Yep. Whoops.
Roger v. Howie.
Two there. And there you have it.
Drinking a Caesar and commentating curling on a Sunday. What could be better?
Nothing. And score is tied on sheet 5. That would be our bronze medal game between Utica 5, Audrey Foote and Blake Hagberg, and Triangle Curling Club's Kathy Jackson and Murray Jackson. It is 1-1.
So the perfect shot here is biting the top 4 foot wide open.
Gotcha.
That's your goal every time. You don't want to bury it. And So missing it like a little bit wide like this is because Utica can't hit this. So it's a little deeper than they wanted. Take that rock and put it up 2 feet, but still, Utica can't hit this rock.
Okay.
So you can't hit until
Fourth
the
rock.
fourth rock.
Even if they're on the rings.
Even if they're on the rings.
Okay.
Can't take this out.
Gotcha.
So weight control is pretty important here.
Mm-hmm.
As
You can push it back, however.
You can push it back, yeah.
Okay.
So you'll see the other team, both of them stay down in the hacks because, like, especially if the rock is in front of the rings, you can, both can sweep it. Then once it's behind the rings, only one can sweep it. So it just makes the shot a little tougher.
And that's perfectly fine also to chip that one over like that, right?
It's okay. It's okay.
But you can touch them. You can jiggle them around. You just can't take them out.
Around. Can't take them out. So what they're going to try to do here is go, again, top 4 in front of it. And they start to, like, what they don't want to do is come down to the back one. You want to be
just cut the rings down.
You want to be in front.
Right. That 8-foot plane like you're talking about.
Yeah, like biting the top 4 here.
Which would be something like this area right here.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of a wide swath there, but right into here.
Okay. You know, you're eventually getting it there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this thing's a little like right in with a potato.
So, I mean,
like
Alex would obviously he would take sitting 2 right here, no problem.
Gotcha.
But a good way to miss this is to put it right next to the foot of the Phoenix.
Gotcha, like right here.
Yep. So stick it right next to the foot of the Phoenix. Is the way. What you don't want to do here is come heavy, because if you come heavy, that leaves Conrad and Easy just freeze right on top of it.
And he was a little heavy.
He's a little heavy. So when mixed doubles first started, the rock actually started biting the back button. And then they realized that if you froze to it, you were shot.
Right.
So they put it in a spot that if you froze to it and froze to it, the second freeze would be shot.
Gotcha.
So now Conrad can come down, freeze to this, and be shot.
Clever.
Now, that said, you got to execute, right? That's
right.
The other part is
well, strategy.
We can draw it up as much as we want to from back here because we never miss. Well, you do. You miss apparently, but I never miss back here. But Conrad,
you're not as humble as I am.
No, I'm not. Oh, I've missed a lot of curling shots out on the ice, but I've never missed from behind them.
Enjoying commentary from Matt Hames today. Quite often Roger and I are doing these broadcasts. Roger's playing today. So Matt's joining me, and I'm having fun with him.
It looks a little wide.
And toasty.
Yeah, he's hoping maybe the weight's not bad.
Actually, you know what? It's coming over now.
It's just really
trying to push it over a little bit here.
They waited as long as they could because it was wide, and that's not a bad shot.
Mm-hmm.
So again,
it's in that space that you were talking about earlier.
It's in the space. So like Brimstones is thinking to themselves, okay, that rock is not a great spot for us.
Right.
So either they have to play the outturn through the port, or they have to guard that rock.
It's a little room to draw there, I think.
There's tons of room to draw through that.
You know, you could come even through here. I think you could get one right through there as well.
Well, no, they're playing the outturn through
this
the port.
one too. So they're either way.
That's what they're brooming for.
Mm-hmm.
And what that does is if you can get the rock right just a little bit past that yellow rock that they just did, then you also take away the tap.
True.
So you play the outturn, come around through the port, just past the rock to take away the tap, or you take away the tap.
Sure. Suppose you could come here with a little like draw weight and just nudge that one over and flop too.
You know, the risk is, that's not bad, but the risk is if you whack the guard, you're out of, like if you tick the guard, you're out of the end. Like right now you're sitting good if you're blue because you're sitting 2, right?
Right.
Ticking that guard
opens it right up, right?
Well, then they just double out the 2 blues.
Yep.
So the risk of missing that shot is bigger. If you're going to miss this shot, you don't want to miss by hitting the top guard.
Mm-hmm. So a good choice here in strategy to come with the outturn.
Yeah. Boy, Oh, he's got a good-looking shot.
I think he's going to tick the guard.
It sounds like
just
he
ticked it.
wanted to as well. He decided because it was heavy.
To open it up.
I think because it was heavy, he thought, let's try to tick the guard because they were sweeping that to hold the line.
And he fortunately made Conrad's tap up on his use of this rock that was just thrown kind of negligible at this point, too.
The problem is, like, if Conrad can get it in that pocket, again, they just move to the next end.
Sure.
Like, Conrad's going to be, that rock is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And then, that was just a miss.
Yep.
He threw it heavy, and instead of wanting to go, not really sure what he was
Nicole
thinking.
trying a little directional sweeping maybe to get it through.
Maybe a little pounded to try to get it past the guard.
Yeah. So big shot here from Conrad Law in the third end. Broomstones is ahead 2-0.
If he can get this top button, it's going to be awful tough to remove.
He just hollered down to Nye that he thought the weight was good.
Yeah.
It looks a little toasty. It's kind of hanging out there.
It's when it's hanging, it means it's a little heavy.
Yeah.
It does its moving.
I don't know
it
if
does
it's by the
moving
guard.
in. It's going to be
not
awfully
by the
close.
guard.
I don't
It's
think it's going to
ticking it.
get by, yeah.
Just rubbed it and flopped it onto the rings.
No. So now we're back to if Broomstones can put this top button.
Doors open with the out turn.
Doors wide open.
Yeah.
So Alex throws a lot of rotation. He plays a lot of arena curling, and if you play in an arena, you have to throw 3.5 to 4 rotations, or else you lose it.
Oh, so you got to put a real
So you
power,
gotta
almost
put a
spin them
real-
almost.
You got to almost spin them.
Yeah, wow.
Whereas here, like if you can throw 1.5 to 2 rotations, you can really get it to curl. Like I can get my rocks to curl like crazy here. But he throws 4.5 to 5 rotations.
Yeah, good call.
Because
You're
he's
right.
practicing for how he has to throw it. Like he's going to mixed nationals, and at mixed nationals he's going to be in an arena, so he's going to have to throw more rotations
spin
than
'em.
he needs here.
You know, that's funny that you say that too, because watching curling at a higher level, it looks like every shot they put a really positive handle on.
You got to throw good 4.5 to 5 rotations.
So now he went to the back
Yeah,
back of the button, so he's
that's
leaving a
just-
spot for Conrad to
That's
stuff
a
one in here.
That's just a big miss right
Yeah,
there.
he's
Like if he's top 8 foot, he comes out of this with at least a 2, maybe a 3.
Yep.
But putting it right there,
Give Conrad a chance here.
Conrad can throw hack weight here and make the shot.
And roll around and
Yeah,
get there.
It's awfully hard to miss this shot.
Yeah.
The only way to miss the shot would be to crack the guard.
You have to chunk it wide too.
Yeah, even if you chunk it wide, if he's got hack weight, it's probably going to curl.
Yeah.
Sheet fly, Blake just threw a million miles an hour. You just heard some smashing. That was
It's like a
that was
bowling
sheet
ball.
fly. It just blew up a couple of rocks.
So opportunity here for Conrad Law.
What you don't want to do is whack this outside
Boy, oh
guard
boy,
again.
Oh boy, oh boy. I don't know.
He iced it pretty.
I don't know.
He had an awful lot of ice, but it looks like it
He's
might.
by
it's-
the
yeah.
guard, but I'm not sure it's going to
I
get
don't
there.
think it's going to do what he.
Not quite.
I think he's going to actually leave him a shot.
It did. Just they're setting it out there. It looks like the ice could be a little straight
it's a
there,
draw for
possibly
3.
too. Yeah.
They left a draw for 3.
Conrad does have hammer.
Oh, that's right. He does.
He's
have
got
that.
hammer here. But the door is open. If Alex can put one right on the pot here,
Well, he just kind of broomed it
he'll set
in
3.
a
right?
way that looks like he's going to throw it hard,
Top button.
which I'm not sure I support.
No, I think you go top button here and sit 3, right?
I think a top button corner froze onto the edge of Conrad's yellow.
Previous stone
This is last rock
for him.
for Broomstones.
Yes.
This is last rock of the end.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
The great thing about mixed doubles is often when
When they
woman's
change.
throwing, you know it's the last rock. It's not always the case. Sometimes, depending.
And you can change every end, correct?
You can change every end, yeah.
Gotcha.
You can switch around.
Okay. Don't know what the advantage would be of that, but you get to throw. Because you got to throw. Can you throw different rocks?
If you were playing with Rachel Holman, she'd throw 3 rocks.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she's better than you.
But so wouldn't the better person throw the hammer rock?
No. Well, it depends. It's a good question, right?
Yeah.
Because if you've got somebody who makes every shot, they throw 3.
You can guard.
And then you're just left with a guard.
Right. Good point.
Like this is a beautiful guard right here.
Yeah.
That's a perfect guard. And, you know, the one thing is they can whistle it down through that hole and just hit their yellow. They can hit, if they can hit what they can see, which they can see half of that yellow rock.
I don't know.
Yeah, they can see half of that yellow rock.
Let's see what you're talking about here.
Hit half of the yellow rock on the forefoot. Yep, they can see half of that. Hit the outside half and just
skid it right into the pile.
Whatever, yeah, with whatever weight.
This is a promote. Oh, this is a tough shot.
Yeah,
it looked like there was more room to promote this one.
There's a guard in the way of
that. So
the
shot that Matt is calling is to hit this rock right here.
And they can see
on the outside and just chip it right over into here.
They can see at least half. If they hit anything, if they just, what they got to do is throw normal. Hit what they can see. There's no risk.
True.
There's no risk to this. If you hit the top red, if you hit the top blue.
Crucial shot in the game, however, because Broomstone's up 2, sitting 2, so you really need to make a shot here.
Yeah. They've got to.
There's not a great deal of room.
Guard, the outside yellow guard that you can't see on the camera right now.
Just got to miss it.
Not in play.
Right, got to miss it.
If you were to hit that guard, you wouldn't make the shot. So it's not in play.
Naoka Law here, crucial shot in the third end.
So she's going to throw this decently hard. She's going to try to hit a quarter of the rock. And if she does, if she makes contact with her yellow rock, she gets 1.
Right there.
Yeah. And the key is when you sit in the hack, is to not think about any of those guards that are there.
Correct.
It's to think about
throw
the weight, hit the broom. You're trying to hit a half a rock. And if you can just hit the weight, the guards aren't in play. She's a little wide.
Gonna have to play the outside hit.
She's a little light. She's playing it with top back weight, which is good because it's actually really trying to curl. It's really trying to curl.
It's by.
It's by.
It's by.
It's by.
But it's not going to get by the blue guard. Oh, goodness. And that's going to be a steal of 2 for Broomstones.
If they had have told me they were playing it with backline weight, I would have said the hole wasn't there. And it turns out the hole wasn't there.
You had to throw a little firmer to get
that. Oh, yeah. Normal weight right there. Just blaster.
Yeah.
The one good thing about mixed doubles is that you've always got rocks play, and a 4-ender is pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
We just played a game. We got a 4-ender and lost.
It's a crazy game.
You can get 4-enders in this game pretty quickly.
Yep, it is a goofy game in that respect.
It is. When you have hammer, you've got one in the rings buried. Remember that. Like you got one in the rings buried. So, and a good shot. Remember, a good shot for the team without hammer is to not actually be shot after this.
Say that again.
A good shot for the team without hammer is to not be shot.
Right.
So you can throw this
something
top
you can
8
promote.
Foot wide open.
Yeah.
So they can come around and sit 2 buried after 2 shots. And you've made your shot, right? So big ends can happen in a hurry in this.
Yep.
Because then you've got to really make your shot on the next one.
Right. Or else they keep piling them in there, right?
Broomstones is going to try to throw this top 4-foot.
Not buried.
Not buried. Top 4-foot, so you take a little bit more ice. And you're just trying to throw top 4-foot, top 8-foot. So it's way out there, which is right. What you don't want to do is throw a guard.
Going to hog it.
They're going to try to purposely hog this.
Yeah.
Because again, the miss is short.
Right.
But if you look at Utica right now, if they can throw this top button or if they can throw this top 4-foot buried, broomstones can't hit yet.
Right. Got it.
They've got to draw in.
Yep. Looks good too.
So you get
plenty of
you
weight.
have lots of opportunity to get some points.
Plenty of weight.
Yeah, a good shot here is top 12-foot wide open because it can't be removed.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you know, until recently, I didn't know that. I did know that before today, but very recently, that you can't hit 4 rocks even if they're on the rings. I thought you couldn't hit them, and you can't.
So, like on paper, what she just did is a great shot, right? They're sitting 2 buried, but
Yep.
they're both behind the tee line.
Right.
And if you remember, if she sticks it on the R of good curling, of Utica curling, if she was able to stick it on that R, that forces a wide out turn.
Yeah.
They can't hit it. But now what they can do is
freeze right down to it,
if
right?
broomstones can freeze right down to it, now all of a sudden, I mean, it's great for us because we got ourselves an end.
Sure.
But what Utica didn't want is an end.
Yeah.
What they wanted is they got a miss, and then they didn't capitalize.
Looks tight.
Yeah, he's got those rotations, right? So by the time it gets down to the other end, it's going to have 5.5, 6 rotations. So his rock's not going to curl as much
Interesting.
as everyone else's rocks are going to curl.
Didn't get
And he
there,
knows that. So he's taken a good 1/2 foot ice less than everyone else.
Got ya.
For his draw.
Now what? Another one on the
Now
ring?
if you're Conrad,
Freeze on your own?
again, you don't necessarily have to be shot. What would be great is an out turn right next to that one. And
Okay.
if you can just sneak it by, just a smidge.
Just so it can't
Just
be
sneak
so
it
it can't
by
be
a
promoted
bit.
like
Well,
a back corner freeze in a sense.
back corner freeze.
Gotcha.
It's going to leave solid chance that Alex walks up and rips the guard.
Mm-hmm.
But what you want to do here is put it in a spot that makes a double really tough. So top corner freeze, he's tapping right beside it. Put it right beside it, put it a little past it,
Okay.
put it a little in front of it.
That makes sense.
You want to put it right there. What you don't want to do probably is hit the guard here. If you can stick it on the C of Utica curling, that'd be a good shot. That would force Alex to
So you're
rip the
talking
guard.
like right here.
Yeah, that's where you'd want to miss. What you don't want to miss is
Ideally,
corner
you'd like to
frozen.
come right here.
Yeah, what you don't want to do is corner freeze on your own, or
Right here.
yeah.
Right. Got it. Big shot here. Chance for Conrad to get himself back in the game here.
They've got a really good end going right here. This is a big shot.
Weight looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. Looks nice. It's just gotta be on the rings. That's the key.
They're not going to get there.
Oh, I think they might. No, they're not gonna. Well, Alex is probably gonna play either
Tap.
an intern tap or he's just gonna rip the guard.
Yeah.
Intern tap it's not a bad call. It's kind of like an all-in call,
Gotcha.
right? Like you say, I'm willing to play this end and trade shots. If you rip the guard, though, Conrad is probably, like if you rip the guard, what you're saying is you're going to have to figure out how to score multiple points because I can double off these 2 back blues by just whacking my top blue anywhere. Like I can double off the back yellows by just whacking my blue.
Now, what you don't want to do if you're Alex is come heavy and chip yourself out of here either.
Right.
Or, heavy and a little wide and just
I think
move it. If he moves it over to the other side of the 8 foot, then he leaves the door open for Conrad too.
I think he's playing the tap for the fans.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. He's a little wide.
Free shot.
He's a little wide and he looks a little heavy.
He might chip himself out.
It's exactly what you said he shouldn't do.
Yeah. I don't know that this is heavy though, Matt.
Oh, it's heavy.
He's sweeping it to go by.
Yeah,
Good call.
he's sweeping it to try to push it.
Yeah.
It's both heavy and wide. It's
Wow.
just kind of basically throwing away a shot.
Yeah.
The good news for him is that
Nothing really changed.
nothing really changes. So
Got to come around again if you're
Conrad's got to
Conrad.
come
Yeah.
around his own shot.
Yeah.
He could look at trying to tap his rock up.
Yeah.
I think the indication was to come around it.
Yeah, because it's real fine.
Well, one thing
to
I
tap
would-
the blue rock over would be a disaster for him.
Well, he
You know
doesn't
what I
want to tap the blue.
No,
but
you can't do it.
When you're looking at a rock that close, and your options are tap or draw, my opinion is always that a draw is easier because there's less things that you have to factor in.
True.
When you tap, it has to be perfect line and perfect weight.
Yep.
When you draw, you're okay. Like a good shot here is biting the top forefoot fully open. Right? Like.
Right. Oh, boy. He fired it.
You did. You had to go out there, though. So, but yeah, their weight has been fantastic all weekend.
I'll tell you what, this looks good. It's really
actually
coming
in
down.
nice.
Got to go
Don't
now.
give up on it. They actually,
Gotta go. Gotta
gave
go.
up too early.
Yeah.
If they had been on that the whole time, that would have been a pistol.
Not in a bad spot.
It's a decent spot. It would have been nice to sit 3, but it's okay. Again, like thinking about this game, right? It's promotable and it's in play.
Yeah. So Alex is probably going to throw the same shot he just tried. Why not?
Well, because he missed the other one really badly. That gets in your head, too, when you go in the hack and you say, I'm going to try the same shot I just really missed badly. This time I'm going to be better.
Oh, no.
You got to have a short memory in curling.
You got that right.
If you can
That's
just
well
say,
said.
I'm so good that it doesn't matter what I just did. This time I'll get it right.
I curl with Roger Rowlett a lot, and he's definitely made that way. He's not worried about that he missed the previous shot. I tend to wear it till I go to sleep.
There's so many times that I sat in the hack and said, same shot, boys, this time I won't suck.
Big shot here from Alex Lecter. Commanding lead 4-0, fourth end. He can play a little tap on his own blue rock here and kind of really put it tough on Conrad to score.
Line's much better. Whether or not the weight is better,
I think
the line is way better. They probably want to sweep it. The tendency is to over-adjust.
I don't think this has the legs to do it.
No, but this is if he can get it to just freeze, it's still a good shot. Yep. So now the good news for them is that any contact on that, and they can see 3/4 of it.
Yep.
So all you've got to do is touch it, and it gets rid of it. So
oh boy,
Utica has to really think about. They're laying 2.
I don't know.
Not.
Let's see. I don't think
they
so.
might have tapped it just enough to no longer be.
Tough to tell from this angle.
I think the way that they're playing this shot, they're still laying 2.
Okay.
I think if they were
1, he'd cover it up.
I think if well, they're also down. So actually, I think if they were laying 2, he might consider throwing the card. So
yeah.
I'm guessing based on this shot that they're not actually laying 2. So Alex might have just made it enough
to leave them team loss sitting 1 here, I believe.
Yeah, I think they're just sitting 1, which is why he's playing this angle in.
Yeah. Looking for just like back 8 kind of weight, huh? Back like a heavy draw.
Yeah, just a heavy draw, you know.
Big shot here for Conrad.
I might
2 hammerstones yet to come.
I might be more inclined to tap the top one, but he's got to. You can make this with like hack weight.
He's got to go.
You just got to hit the outside. Can't let it curl.
Over curled.
Yeah, it's over curled by a lot. It might be on the top guard. Tick on the top guard and make it. Oh, it's so close.
Not quite.
He throws hack. He ticks the top guard and makes it. So now, contact. Contact on these top blues, and you end up Brimstone's is sitting 1.
Yep.
And no wrist contact.
Correct.
Like
hit it anywhere. Contact.
Alex is basically saying
he's going to leave it guarded.
All you have to do is touch this.
Yeah, because the striking stone is going nowhere.
Yeah.
No matter where you hit it.
Touch this with any kind of weight.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to throw normal weight, hit any part of it.
And looking down at it, it's not wide open, but it's certainly exposed.
They got 3/4.
Let's see here. Yeah, you're right.
If she hits what she can see, she makes the shot. But if she hits, if she's just got to
Boom, just a little promote right there.
Now it is gonna drag a little bit to the. So if she actually hits, if she hits an inch of this rock, there's an outside chance that she misses the back one with weight. So if you hit an inch of this rock, like so if you hit a quarter of this rock, with the harder you throw it, the more it drags too. So if she hits this with normal weight, a quarter of the rock, there's an outside chance that this kind of goes over the top and leaves Conrad a draw for three.
Looks well thrown to me.
Yeah, she's not throwing it too heavy,
Looks
which is
well
good.
thrown.
She's not
He's
throwing
going to give it a
trying
push.
to push it just a bit.
I don't know.
Just got to hit a corner.
I don't know if he's got any of it.
I think she flashed it.
She did.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
That's okay.
There's a break for Team Law there.
You know, it's a quasi-break.
Fortunate miss for Nicole.
It's a quasi-break. It still looks like a pretty tough angle tap for two.
Yeah.
So it was an opportunity to really put the screws in.
Indeed.
But it looks like what? It looks like a tough angle tap for two, maybe three, but probably two. They just threw it. You know, she could have also just thrown a draw at that. Like you could have just thrown a draw tap. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's kind of like a freebie shot, and there's no consequences.
True.
Like if she flashes it, they have a tough shot.
Yeah.
But if you just kind of like throw hack, and even if she hit the top guard, you're still good.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
so
there was so many ways to make that shot, and
just to touch it,
to miss it.
Yep, it's amazing.
It's
amazing game.
It is an amazing game.
So Naoka looking for just somewhere in the house kind of weight, just enough to tap that rock back to the 4-foot circle. She just needs a couple inches of the 4-foot. You know,
she can make this. She can make this with hack weight. The tendency of people who are making these taps is to throw them light.
Yep.
You can make this with hack weight. You hit a corner of the rock, and you still got a chance. Conrad, look at the back one, because if she just gets by the top one, she can still sliver in the back one. It looks close. You can still sliver in the back one, Conrad. Look at the back one. Oh, if it just gets by.
Needed a little line call there.
If it just gets by, you could sliver in the back one, buddy. Yeah. Big part of that is understanding what plan B and C is. That would have been plan Q. But you still got to have it.
So through 4 ends, it's
I think if she actually gets past that top one, she might sliver in that back one for
might
two.
Have, sure. Needed a little line call there. And Team Law is on the board with 1 after 4.
So you got any desires to come out and play this mixed doubles?
Nope. And not that I wouldn't try it. I get enough curling 2 nights a week with in league play with the men, or I would consider it. I certainly would consider the mixed doubles before Friday nights.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's? I'll tell you what's fun about it is just thinking about. It's such a big deal on rock placement.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can just get rock placement,
sweet points.
It's just a big. The big factor of this is just making sure you put your rock in the right spot, because you're always going to get. The viewers can't see, but right now on sheet 4, there are 6 rocks in the 4-foot. And that's not unheard of in this game.
Yeah.
Like you just end up in our last end. There might have been 5 rocks in the 4-foot, and 8 rocks in the rings altogether.
Crazy.
You just got lots and lots and lots of rocks in play. You got to have a short memory in this.
Yeah, exactly. And you know the fact that you have sometimes just one sweeper, or sometimes no. You know what I mean? Is really an element of preciseness too, that being able to judge weight out of your hand. This is tricky. This is very. Tricky. I thought it was just draw practice when I first started playing, and it's anything but.
Yeah, you got to jump up and sweep your own rock.
Right.
You got to talk as a team. Somebody's got to call line. There's a tendency for both to start sweeping, and then nobody's calling line. Like, That's never a good thing unless the rock really needs to go.
And of course, if you play with a stabilizer, you're not going to jump up and
Yeah.
sweep your own rock with a stabilizer.
So right now on sheet 3, Alex is sweeping for weight, but also he needs a line call, so he's going to try to switch to push it a bit. The weight is good. So again, it's really, really critical to follow your rock and keep talking in this game.
Right, it makes sense.
You can't take any shots off as a thrower. You can't just throw it, let it go, and like in normal curling, you throw your rock, you let the third call the line, and the sweepers call the weight. In this, you gotta follow your own rock, call line, and sometimes even call weight.
For sure, that's tricky.
Yeah. Which I like because I'm a control freak. I call my own weight, my own line when I throw.
Well, there's a handful of guys in the club that are talented enough to do that. You being one of them.
I'm wrong half the time, but I'm confidently wrong half the time. That's the key. The key to calling your own weight is to confidently call it.
Exactly.
And then the half the time you're wrong, just say, sorry, boys.
Consistently wrong. With confidence.
With confidence. So Conrad's trying to suck it in here. It looks like, again, just a little wide.
A little wide. It's out of momentum now that it's curling.
Struggling with getting these rocks in the right place.
Yeah.
So you can see this end is going perfect for Broomstones. They put that rock up on that outside side. It was wide open, forced Conrad to play the in-turn, and now they can just tap this up because, again, Conrad couldn't hit that.
Gotcha.
And that's the key to this game, right? So now all of a sudden, with Conrad coming up a little bit short there, he's almost blocked off the in-turn draw. So if Broomstones can a perfect shot here is to cross it a tiny bit and tap it back 2 feet, Conrad's in a world of hurt. I'll tell you another thing about mixed curling is when you're confident with your shot, you don't stand up and sweep it. So Alex likes it.
Yeah.
He likes everything about this shot, which is why he's not up sweeping it.
Looks good too.
Yep.
Perfect.
A lot of times you can tell.
Yeah.
And when you're watching mixed doubles, if they jump up and start sweeping it right away, they don't like it.
Makes sense.
If they sit and watch it,
right,
they like everything about it.
It would preclude to being narrow, I guess, if you jump right on it, right?
If you got to get up and sweep it right away, you're not confident in the way you threw it, and you feel like, but he called line on that entire one, and he didn't jump up and sweep it.
This is going to be one of the first peel type shots we've seen all game.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to go ahead and try and move some blue rocks off the rings here.
So he does not have hammer.
Right.
He cannot get rid of all 3. So a good scenario here is to get rid of 2, leaving them the exact same shot.
I'm not so sure the triple's not there.
It's
just off nose. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, then if just off nose, then the one that you hit. To make the back double, you got to nut it.
Left it out.
Yeah. Well, he's going to peel the top one, which is fine. He's
okay.
So now they got the exact same shot.
Yep.
Try to put it exactly back there. And where Alex tapped the brim is where he wants to go. A thing, and this is what I was talking about before. If you sit in the hack and think guard's good, then what you're thinking is, if I miss by 20 feet, it's good. Which is a totally different shot. A guard is a different shot than the draw.
True.
So you sit in the hack and you say, I'm either going to throw a guard, which is a curling shot, or throw the draw, which is a curling shot. But you don't sit in the hack and think, I'm going to throw a curling shot, and if I miss it by 20 feet, it's good. So what you want to do is you want to sit in the hack and say, this rock is going to be top 8. And a miss is top 12. A miss on a draw is top 12. But a miss on a draw is not halfway.
Right. Good point.
That's a huge miss.
Yeah.
So Alex is hoping he jumped up. He's going to sweep it. So he wants this to be top 8 foot. And he was erring on the side of being light, but he was erring on the side of being top 12 foot light.
I think this is going a little further than he thought.
Yeah. No, this is good.
Yeah.
That's a little more than he wanted. But for perspective, he's up 3 with, and they're throwing hits.
Yeah. Down to skip.
What he did not want to do is throw it short there and let them come around and throw like a short little tap back.
So if he can cross
He's
the face
okay
here.
with them throwing hits.
Firehouse. I guess if he can cross the face of this rock, he's going to send that one straight back. Those two are going bye-bye if he crosses the face.
Problem
This one may
is
jam.
he can just barely see it all, and maybe not quite.
Yeah, it's almost edge
There
on
might be a
edge.
corner buried.
Yeah, it's almost edge
So,
on edge right here. We're
With
talking.
the broom that he has right now, he's throwing it pretty hard. So what he's happy to come out of this hitting half a rock on the top one and get rid of the back one.
Right, sure.
And then giving them the draw. And the bad part about that is that they can now suck it around top 12.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, I think he might pick out the top one. Oh, it's coming. It's trying. It's trying. It might. Yeah, that's
Not a bad shot.
That's a little hack waiter.
Yeah.
Well, the bad news is that they're still all in the rings. The good news is that they're not in the 4 foot.
Right.
But the increasing bad news is that he doesn't have a hammer. So Alex is going to try to throw this top 4 foot buried. But a good miss is top 4 foot wide open. What you absolutely don't want to do is give Conrad a chance to draw to that back one. Because Conrad will nut it on that back one. If you didn't throw right now, Conrad would walk up and put it on that back one.
Sure.
So you just need to
He's
be
actually got a port on the left side,
He
too.
might
if he
be able to
needs
get
it.
through
You know.
with that intern.
Yeah.
If Alex can put this top 8 foot, 3/4 open, Conrad's left throwing that intern through the port for his life.
Good point.
It's looking pretty good.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, he's
going right to the
he's
top
gonna
4.
jump in. Needs to sit. That's perfect.
Good shot.
It's wide open.
Well thrown stone there.
It's wide open. It forces the wide intern for basically the
Yikes.
ball game.
Yep. Yep, down to the last two. This is going to be
this is
Team
last
Law's
stone.
last stone of this end.
Can't really hit
Against
because
4.
if you double out, there's no real good double that saves a shooter. So if you
Correct.
were to make a double, it'd
You
be
got
a
to
draw
stuff
for
one through
3.
the port.
If
Yikes.
yeah, they got this wide intern. They haven't looked at it yet. Oh, here they go.
Yeah,
They're taking a look at the wide intern. Oh, and in off on the outside.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Got to draw
Yes.
through this port.
Yep.
It'd be, Nye being a left-handed shot would be her out turn, but this is a do-or-die type shot.
This is
You drop a 5 here, you're in dire straits.
well, it's yeah. The wide out turn is not that wide because all you got to do is bite the 4 foot. You just got to out count second shot. If you can out count second shot, and if you could sweep it to the back one, awesome. But if you could out count second shot, they have a tap for 2, and then you're looking at 6-1 instead of 9-1.
Yeah.
9-1 is way worse than 6-1.
Yes, it is. Been there and done that. Big shot here from Nyoka.
Outside guard's not in play. If she was to hit the outside guard, she wouldn't have been close.
Correct.
So when you look at this, it's not really a port. You have to get in your head that all I'm doing is coming around the top
Hit
one.
the broom.
I'm coming around the top one.
Yep.
Because crashing on that outside one means you get by the guard by half a foot, which is more than you need to get by the guard by. Oh, she hooked it a bit. It's got a chance. Play the outside race.
Oh boy.
Doesn't have to wait for the outside race.
Nope. Oh boy. So an open draw for 5 here for Broomstones and Alec Lecter and Nicole Aaron to really send this thing into a tailspin. Just got to touch the rings here, right? Yeah.
Just got to touch the rings. Got lots of backing. One of the easiest shots in curling.
Just touch the ring, just hit the rings.
For 5.
Famous last words. All we have to do is this.
All we have to do is touch the rings for 5. The great part about it is that in terms of consequences, if you miss it, you still got 4.
Exactly.
She's solid.
Yeah. All there on its own.
Yeah, it's
A little dust at the end here.
yeah, it's good. It's as soon as she let it go, that's a T-liner.
Score of 5 there for
Yep.
Broomstones. And are we going to continue? I guess we are going to continue.
Yeah, you know, you can get a 4 or a 5 pretty quickly in this game. It's not like normal curling.
Power
trust me.
play, certainly an option here for Conrad.
They're doing the power play.
Just updated the scores on the other sheets here. I think if something goes awry here for Team Law coming this way in the 6th end.
Something else goes awry, you mean?
Something else goes awry. We'll probably switch over to sheet 4.
Yeah, we got a barn burner on
Yeah,
sheet
good
4.
one there.
Trading deuces.
Yep. We can figure out how to get back over to sheet 4. That's what we're going to do.
I think we have the technology.
We have.
I have confidence in your shot making ability.
I'm glad you do. I guess I do sometimes.
Oh, you make some shots here and there.
Yeah.
You got us on. You got us on sheet 3. You got us from sheet 2 to sheet 3. I think you can get us from sheet 3 to sheet 4.
There's hope.
I have confidence.
There's hope.
You. I think you got the shot in you. So what they're doing here is they're playing this wide out turn, and their goal is to try to tap the guard to a center guard. So their goal is to try to get the rock out of the way. Remember, they can't hit it.
Right, and just guarding it.
Yeah, you know what? They're up 9-1, so it's.
So do you come around if you're Conrad and try and get another?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Now you got.
Use the guards.
Well, you ended up with 2 guards.
Yeah.
So you come around. Remember, Alex cannot hit on this first shot.
Okay.
So a make is top 12 wide open because it can't be removed.
Right.
You don't need to be T-line, and you certainly can't throw it through.
Looks like this is going to stick around. Not going to bury.
It's okay to not bury. It's all right to be back, but if you could stick that up top, top 12, because they can't hit it, right? Then they don't know what to play.
So do you play the freeze game here if you're Alex?
Well, you have to because you can't hit it.
Right. Okay.
So
Guarding doesn't make sense. Might as well freeze.
I mean, you can, if you're Alex, you can whistle this through. You can freeze it because almost no matter what Conrad does, they're going to rip the guards on the next shot.
Sixth end in our featured game here, our gold medal game. inaugural GNCC Mixed Doubles Championships. Broomstone's in control of the game. Alex Lecter and Nicole Aaron. 9-1 after 5. Playing the 6th end, coming back towards the glass in our warm room. Commentary from Matt Hames today. Pleasure to have you, Matt.
Ah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Little corner freeze, maybe?
Yeah.
A little bounce. That's going to go by. Oh, it picked.
She burned it.
She burned it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I saw that. It started to go sideways.
Yeah.
And then she tried to remove it, and it was going even farther sideways. And, you know, it's fine. So Conrad comes around the corner again. A perfect shot is to just freeze onto your one buried behind the corner.
Okay.
Ignore the open one.
Yeah.
Alex is still going to rip the guards.
Sure.
And what he's going to try to do when he rips the guards is he's going to try to hit it on center line side and drive the other
Tell me
one
about
back
this. Nothing
into
wrong
it.
with being right here, right?
That's perfect, yeah.
Okay.
Because Alex is going to try to double out the guards on center line side.
Sure.
I think he's going to play.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it shoots the back guard towards this one that's batting the top floor.
Okay.
And it's always more fun. You can also double the guards out the other way, but you have no chance at making a back one and making the crowd go crazy. Conrad's got a good-looking shot.
Yeah.
Just got to be buried in the top 12 foot. It's fine. That's a
Nice shot. Good looking shot there from Conrad.
Now he might be tempted to try to whistle this one. It might tempt him to try to double out from that instead of ripping the guards.
One thing's for sure in this game, you can't get an 8-ender.
No, you can't. 6 is in play, but you can't get 8. I think if Conrad buried that perfectly, he just walks up and rips the guard. But because he can see half of it, he's contemplating. He's contemplating hitting. He contemplated for a second. So now he's thinking about the guards. Oh, he's thinking about the back one. Oh. So he is playing a hack weight hit and roll on the one edge of the
4 foot shot rock on the shot rock.
Which is just absolutely nothing that I thought he would play. But let's see how it ends.
Fine shot. I guess if he hits and flops over, he'll be shot rock behind cover.
Mm-hmm.
Forcing Conrad to play for 1 at that point.
Well, there's a lot of end left.
Yeah.
You got lots of different ways to get at that. If he makes a perfect shot here, Conrad freezes to the back one, and 3 or 4 is still in play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good looking shot.
Yeah, this
If
might
it's got
overcurl.
legs.
This actually might overcurl and hit the top one. No, he's by the top one. No, he's by the top one.
It's a great shot.
It's not bad.
Oh.
It's awfully early. If Conrad can come down and sit right on top of it and tap his back yellow 1.5 feet and freeze to that blue, it's an awfully lonely blue.
Fact.
And the other 2 are kind of buried. So
He's leaving himself open for multiple ends here.
Solid opening here for Conrad. If he can just
end.
come down. The key to this is come down, tap it. He's only got to tap his back blue. The key to it is his shooter needs to sit right on top of the blue.
Right there.
No bounce from the shooter.
Just right there.
Yeah. If he can bounce that back yellow to, and based on the ice.
Just in the 8 foot?
He's probably trying to throw a board. Hack. He's probably trying to throw hack. If he can just come down and sit right there, man, it is wide open. Oh, he's a little tight. He might be on the top one. He is not. He's not going to be happy about this one. He's going to want this one back. He might hit the guard. Might make it the other way.
And he did. And in fact, he did. He could still squeeze it out between those rocks.
Can't squeeze it out.
Kind of worked out.
He missed that shot so bad that he made
nice
it great.
smile on his face there from Conrad. Sometimes things have a way of working out in a curling shot. Even when you miss. It's a funny game. You can miss and still make them.
I mean,
in basketball, you can't do that.
You know, just think about this. He's down 9, or Alex is up 9-1. They have 4 rocks in the ring, and they have to throw a draw.
Wow.
There's nothing to hit.
Right.
Right.
There's
You're
nothing
up
to
8.
hit.
You're up 8, and there's nothing to hit. So, you know, Conrad got fortunate, but if he had made his other shot, the shot that he was calling.
So you just freeze down to the bunch here?
Yeah, just
why not?
Just kind of whistle it in. Yep. What you hope you don't do is corner freeze on your own blue.
Oh boy.
Or tick off the yellow and corner freeze on your own blue. Because then
things really start to unfold.
The way this end is going, Alex decided to go and hang the score. He hadn't hung the score until this moment. And he's going up throwing a draw.
How many are we ahead?
You know it's going bad when you have to hang your 5.
Yeah, if they get 6, we got
ourselves
still in control. So welcome down, looking for a freeze.
Welcome to mixed curling. This is right here. This is how you pencil it up. This is mixed curling right here.
Mixed doubles, man. It's a strange game.
Mixed doubles curling is awesome.
Yeah. Just want to come down to the pile here, not really bounce anything around here. Just kind of get there.
I think he might bounce. He's got some pace.
Oh boy.
If he just bounces, and with that,
that's coming
turn,
over enough. I think he's going to be okay.
Oh no,
it's
those go.
Yeah, you got a fire here.
You know what the key is? What's important to understand? Doesn't have to fire it. If he nose hits and bounces that over,
it's good. It's just as well.
It's just as good.
It's just a matter of where you hit the rock, right?
Yeah, he's got to hit the rock a hair on the inside.
So it's wide open.
It's wide open. If he hits it a hair on the inside, you don't have to spill the top blue yet.
Yeah. Take a look at our near house here.
If you can nose that, if you can shoot that blue to the back of the 4-foot wide open, if that blue goes to right there, and that one's
you're
gone
sitting
all day.
5.
Well, you have 5 yellows in.
Yeah.
And
this one's going to be exposed back here.
Yeah. What does Alex play?
What does he do then? Right. Good point. Yeah.
You don't want to give up a 6 when you're up 8. It's actually a better shot to not double these out. If you double it out, then you guarantee they just come down and whistle one out and you get 5. But if you leave yours in there, then they might thinking, well, maybe if we throw a guard or we throw a draw, like you're trying to egg him into a shot.
Coming with his out turn here.
Well, he's got all the rock, right?
Yeah.
So just make him go away.
Don't know.
He might hit the top guard. Yikes.
Creepers.
That's not how to miss that one.
No. Come the other way, you probably got a better chance of getting there, you know what I mean?
Like, again, what he was trying to do is he was trying to go for the... Oh, it almost spun on. It didn't. It almost spun on. So
we'll throw the biter bar on there if it comes into play.
So what he was doing, he was thinking about outcomes. He was saying, like, if I make this double, we sit 5 right now, we could get 6.
Yeah.
Instead, all he had to do was come down and
just
nose hit it.
Just hit it.
Just nose hit it. You don't even have to make the double.
Again, as I said earlier in the game, curling is one of those games. One shot can change the complexion of the end.
Yeah.
And that particular shot was one of those shots.
We went from possibly having a game to we're going to switch over.
If he freezes down here now, just freeze down to the pile.
We're going to switch
guard.
over.
Do you guard here if you're Alex?
You know what?
Either or.
If you
pro side misses short, right?
If you put a rock in play anywhere in that line, it's gone. Like, right. I mean,
if you freeze right on your shot rock, it's dynamite, right?
If you don't throw, they have a pretty tough double for 5.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is get a rock in the way, and they've got no shot. Like, you could come down if you're Alex, you could come down and, if you're Broomstones, you could come down and tap this rock 3 inches, like come down and tap on your own. Like there's so many ways to miss this. I do want to say that if I was throwing it right now, I'd be playing draw right to it, not guard.
Okay.
And I think she's got great line. She looks a little bit heavy, which is fine. She can come off of one of these outside. Like there's a lot of ways to miss this shot.
It's definitely here.
Oh yeah, she's got some pace. This is, again, she can cross this. And
Well
still
thrown.
make it. Yeah, this is
Well thrown. Nice
that
shot.
That is your ball game right there.
It's tough. Where's it going to go?
It's
gone
not going
nowhere.
anywhere.
Second rock has gone nowhere to go. It might even be shot rock. I'm not sure who's shot actually looking at it.
At this point, if they weren't shot, they have a draw.
Looks like yellow shot.
To be down 6.
9 to 3.
Yeah. So even if she was shot, and I'm not saying that Yuka shot.
And she
even
left
if
her
they were
shooter in a great spot.
Yeah, like that was, again, like I said, she had backline weight there, right? But what she was doing is being aggressive. If you throw it light, you know.
Got a draw for 2 here.
Oh, we just had a fall on sheet 5, but she's okay. She's laughing about it, and a great shot. The crowd is giving her a 10 for the fall.
Indeed. Smiles all around. She's okay.
If there's a Russian judge, I think it was only a 6. No Russian judges here, though.
No.
So we got a draw for 2 to be down a lot.
Down by 6 with 3 ends remaining.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 2 ends remaining.
Yeah. So, I would, if I was to perfectly make this draw, I'd take my glove off and shake hands.
So
and
let's
say,
go have a
"Okay,"
refreshment.
Even in mixed curling.
Yeah.
Even in mixed doubles.
I think that's possibly what they're going to do.
6 with 2 ends to play is a lot. Like you can.
What you don't want to do is hit these blue rocks and tap up
Yeah.
the blue one, and that'll certainly make it a shaker.
It sounds like that's what she's going to do. She is going to give up a steal
boy.
of maybe 3.
Oh my goodness. And that's going to be the ball game
Yeah.
here. Congratulations to Nicole Aaron and Alex Lecter from Broomstones. They are the GNCC mixed doubles champions.
Nice.
The
That was
gold
a good
medal.
game.
Congratulations. They played a wonderful game.
You know, the thing is, the scoreboard doesn't reflect the game,
Very true.
but
Well, let's see if I got another shot at me here, and if we can get over to sheet 4, we'll give you some extended play here.
let's say, folks, I'm going to commentate. He's throwing the out turn here. Great. Oh, he's got it.
Got one.
He's made one of the shots. He made the other one. Outstanding shooting from behind the glass
There we go.
by David Craig Nolan.
Amen. So we're going to take you over to sheet 4, which is the B flight, and that is Utica 1 and Utica 2. Michelle McEnroe, Howie Feldman, Utica 1. They're behind by 1 right now. We're playing the 6th end. It's 5-4, Utica 2. MJ Walsh and Roger Rowlett ahead right now. And we'll give you go the rest of the way with this.
We just lost a heartbreaker to Howie and Michelle. Tied up coming home with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Up 3.
They stole.
Up 3 playing 7. They got a 3-bagger and then stole.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, it's mixed doubles, man.
Yep.
We've got ourselves a really good game here on sheet 4. It's actually the only tight game
Yes, it is.
because sheet 5 is done, and
Yep.
it looks like Triangle beat Utica.
They did. Congratulations to
Sheet 2 is all but done.
Kathy Jackson and Murray Jackson. Congratulations on the bronze medal game.
Yeah.
Runners up, Audrey Foote and Blake Hagberg, Utica 5.
I tell you, Audrey and Blake laid a whooping to us, too. We lost to all the best teams here. They're all still playing. All right, so let's refocus. Here we are. I'm trying to figure out where we are.
We are in the B flight game.
Yeah, we're playing the sixth end.
Yep. Roger just pushed that red rock back and rolled over to behind T line.
Yeah, so that's a good shot. So it looks like Utica won red. What they're going to try to do now is their two options are tap back this rock that's basically buried and leave the shooter right there, or play this wide out turn draw and try to just go for it that way. Craig's was able to make the first two shots, struggling on this third one.
Yeah, we are. Okay. We're going to get to that in a second here.
That's
I know
all right.
It's going to be a way of fixing that.
We got Howie's trying to decide here whether to play the wide out turn draw or to play a tap back on the top blue. And I think this is his second shot, so there's still two more shots to come in this. I'd be way more inclined to tap back on the top one if I was him, but he might try to throw this wide out turn. They're really talking about it. So you can see their two shots are the wide out turn to try to sit one, or the tap back on the top, on the one top 8 foot and roll over. Looks like they're throwing the wide out turn. Nope, they're peeling the guard. That was also a shot, actually. He's whacking the guard. Oh, he almost did.
Wow.
That's actually a decent shot. They're set up to score now. Roger's going to try to throw it top 4 foot. It's going to be wide open. The key to this is not letting it curl too much, because if it over curls, they can freeze to the back one and be shot.
Yep.
So the key to this guard is this is one of those examples, right? So you sit in the hack and you say, am I going to throw the draw here or am I going to throw the guard? If you throw the draw, if you get it top 8 foot buried, it's a missed shot. The top 8 foot around that guard buried doesn't stop them playing the freeze on the back one.
Right.
So what you have to say to yourself, if you're Roger, is I need this to be fully in the open, top 12 foot. So don't think I can either throw the draw or throw the guard. Throw the draw to the top 8 foot.
Another final here.
And the pro side miss, as you like to say, is top 12 foot. It's not halfway.
Right.
The tendency, though, is to think, don't be heavy, I'll be light, and then it over curls. And the way to mitigate that is to just take way more ice. She's yelling out 2, which should be good, but it's still going to over curl. It's actually not going to take away the draw to the back one.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's
no, you're
you
right.
want to take
You're
that
right.
rock and
Gotta
move
be
it
another-
over,
yeah.
move it over like, or take it and put it in the top 8.
Yeah, right in the
on that
JK,
line.
right in the Y and the K
Or,
of JK.
yeah, or take it and move it over to the right 3 or 4 inches, maybe even 5, because they can still come around this and be shot.
Our Sea Flight final is now over. Congratulations to Team Albany, Amy Wagner and Darius Romero. They are victorious over Cape Cod 2, Anna Sanzali and Nicholas Sanzali. So congrats out to those folks.
Cape Cod 2 is heading off to the 5 and unders in Duluth in
Very
a couple
cool.
of weeks, so this was a great tune-up for them.
Very cool.
They had a great weekend playing Sunday afternoon. This is a good tune-up. They're playing in the 5 and unders like full team, and she's the skip. So this is a great experience for them. We were chatting last night over beers. Maybe it was 2 nights ago. I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
It's all kind of a blur.
Typical of a curling tournament.
So one thing you know about Howie is he's going to put this right on the button.
Not too many better in this curling club.
Way looks great. If it's by, it's going to be gold. It looks like it might actually whack the guard. Oh no, it's good.
No, he's by.
We're not behind the sheet, folks, so bear with us. He's got to go.
Got it.
Great
it's a great
brushing.
shot. Nice swept stone there from Michelle McEnroe.
So it's absolutely
beautiful how
buried.
he's taking a little bow for the crowd. No ham there.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yes. Yes, you are on camera, Howard. And you are too, Michelle. Take a bow.
We had a conversation.
Take a bow.
We had a conversation about curling shots just before this game. And I was telling Howie that the only 2 shots in curling are a nose hit and a draw to the top 8 foot. And everything else is a story you tell about the shot.
That's funny.
So he walked down and said he was just motioning to me that he was probably just playing a draw to the 8 foot that you just had to sweep a bit. And that's really what that shot was.
Yep.
That was a draw to the 8 foot that you had to sweep a bit. If you can convince yourself that every shot is a nose hit or a draw to the 8 foot, this game's a lot easier.
Makes sense.
So MJ's just going to try to see. What's interesting here is if they don't, she's going to throw this out turn because she can get to the top button. So she can throw this out turn to the top button. They're going to be gold.
What did you do?
I'm just asking if you updated that.
We're good. We're good, brother.
The draft. I was asking if you updated the draft.
No, I didn't update the draft board. Just go away.
All right, here we go. This is a good-looking shot right here.
Go away.
This is a good-looking shot. Roger sweeps this. Top button and shot. Oh,
Beautiful.
Look at that.
Cool.
Just a little bit too low. It's perfect.
Baby, nice throw.
Nice.
From
Now,
MJ.
the good news for Utica 1 is she got by the guard by a good half a rock.
Mm-hmm.
So she got by the guard by about 5 inches. So if you can play backline weight here, and here's the way to think about this, Craigs. A backline weight hit that hits the guard would have missed the shot. So
Say it again.
A backline weight hit that ticked the guard probably would have missed the shot.
Right.
Would have
Overcurled. Right.
Right?
Okay.
So
yeah.
the guard's not in play. If you
Correct.
can get into your head that the guard's not in play and you're just playing a backline weight hit on this.
You know, the funny from our angle here, I mean, the thing's 15 feet away from the guard, from the
It is.
from the
Yeah.
shot. It's a lot. It is.
It's-
So in a sense, it is not in play with the
It's
kind of weight.
not in
So-
play with the kind of weight. Like
point.
MJ just
Good
got by
point.
the guard by 4.5 inches,
Yeah.
maybe 5.
Yeah.
So if you can just if she gets tight on this guard, it's going to be tight. She has to get by this guard by a couple inches to make the shot. It's looking good. The way it looks good. You could probably sweep this. They're talking. It's close. It's awfully close. It's only got a. He could have swept that a bit earlier.
A little light.
Oh yeah, he
little
missed
light.
that sweeping. He could have probably swept that a smidge earlier. It's a steal at 1.
That it is.
Little light, little wide.
So through 6 ends, team of MJ Walsh and Roger Rowlett are ahead of McEnroe and Fellman.
6-4.
2 ends remaining.
Lots of.
Lots of curling
Wait,
left.
they're quitting?
Looks like they might. Have they had enough?
Disappointed us.
Oh man. They're shaking.
Apparently shaking. Howie makes 1 shot, takes a bow, and that's it.
That's
He's
it.
not curling anymore.
Got his moment in fame.
It didn't even.
I don't know that I understand that down to.
Well, I think they were involved in running the spiel. They've had a long weekend.
Long weekend. Everybody's pooped out and ready to have a
Everybody's
drink
pooped
and
out.
something to eat.
They're
Okay.
the only ones out there.
I want to thank Matt Hames for being in the broadcast booth with me today. Sorry about any of the technical stuff that may have went on earlier in the day, but congratulations.
You were right about missing a couple of shots from behind the glass.
Congratulations to winners and losers. There are no losers in curling. Join us again. We'll be just a shout out there. There is Curling School. Learn to Curling School is coming up on February 3 Wednesdays in a row. February 6th, 13th, and 20th at 6 o'clock in the evening till 7:30. Cost for that for all three of those events is $60, and that can be applicable to your curling dues next year if you decide to join. Go to our website, which is www.uticacurlingclub.org, and click on the blog that says membership to reserve your spot because it's filling up. And next weekend, I believe, is the college bond spiel here. So tune in. I'm sure we'll have commentary and live chat room, and we'll look forward to seeing you again. Dave Craig Nolan and Matt Hames saying goodbye from the Utica Curling Club.
Thank you.